Hi, I'm Nick Shell with Family Friendly Daddy Blog. You're watching this video because you want to understand a little bit better the difference between being overweight and being obese. I want to immediately begin by saying I am overweight. And you're like, Nick, you're not overweight. You're healthy. You're not overweight. See, I think that's the American perspective of what being overweight is. If someone appears to be very thin, then, oh, they're not healthy because they need more meat on their bones. And it's interesting and ironic because I'm a vegan, yet I'm overweight. Not by much, but I am, and I'm working on cutting out more empty calories, especially during dinner time is when I was really racking those up because I don't eat much during the day. I want to first prove to you that I am indeed overweight, and I want us to reconsider what we perceive as overweight versus what we perceive as obese. My theory is, especially in America, when someone is obese, then we admit that they're overweight. When someone is overweight, we say that they're healthy. And when someone is thin, we'll either say they're thin or maybe that they need to put on a few pounds and eat some more protein or something like that. I think America has things a little bit skewed on how they look at things because the majority is actually overweight, and that would put me in that majority by a little bit. But let me just prove it in case I don't look overweight to you and in case you haven't already read my blog post on familyfriendlydaddyblog.com talking about me being a stay-at-home dad and officially being overweight. So we're going to talk about BMI. I'm going to demonstrate these numbers for you. So it has to do with your height and it has to do with your weight. I've got a scale right here. I'm going to awkwardly move the camera here in just a moment as I'm moving the scale. I have got a tape measure. Now, I'm 5'9". I think we could all agree that 5'9" is 69 inches tall. So I'm going to move this to where you can clearly, I'm gonna move it to 6 feet tall, all right? So, which is higher than the camera, higher than you can see. And I am going to put my toe very awkwardly on this so you can see where 69 inches is. 69 inches, oh, was I told you it was gonna be awkward. All right, let me see. If I move it back here, okay. All right, look, that's 69 inches, right? Now I'm gonna just move it back to where it's still in frame, where I can stand this up straight. Okay, so that's 69 inches tall. Okay, have I proven to you that I'm 5'9"? It's on my driver's license. There we go. I'm barely 5'9", but I'm 5'9". Do I need to put it in front of me to further demonstrate I'm 5'9"? Barely. Standing up completely straight, okay? I'm 5'9". Now that we hopefully all agree that I'm 5'9", we're gonna now see how much I weigh. Now, when I weighed myself 2 days ago, I was pretty much like right at 176. I've got a scale right here. I'm gonna move the camera off of the stand, and we're gonna take a look at this so we can better understand the truth on being overweight. Now, here we go. Here's a scale. Here are my feet. We're gonna look and see how much I weigh today. All right, look at that. It's consistent with what it was the other day. So look, there's 160, there's 180, there's 170 right there. To me, that would be like right at 176, right? Okay, so we all agree I weigh 176 pounds, right? And we all agree that I'm 5'9", right? And in case you need to know my age, I'm 36, pushing 37 at this point. All right, now that we've done that, fact, I'm 5'9". Fact, I'm 176 pounds. Those are both facts. And if anything, some of you are like, are you even 5'9"? Again, barely. Like, I'm barely 5'9". The last time I got measured by a doctor, they said, you're 5'9", barely. All right, maybe I've shrunk since then, I don't know. So, now that we know that I'm barely 5'9" and 176 pounds, you all saw that, we're going to simply go on my phone, type in BMI, Body Mass Index, which I wrote awkwardly. Notice how many times I'm using that word, because I don't want to make this seem like I'm some kind of professional guy. I am not. I am average. Okay, so Body Mass Index is your body mass, like your weight, divided by the square of your body height, okay? And it's this way of measuring, ultimately, despite how tall or short you are, ultimately how much of you, I think, is fat, I think is one way of looking at it. So either way, there's this perfect range, and I used to be in it for all these years, especially once I became a vegan. I was in it perfectly. And then 2 years ago when my wife became pregnant, the second time, I started eating to match the way she was eating during pregnancy, and then I never stopped, and now our daughter's 20 months old. All right, so when on my phone, it looks like this is on Google, I just typed in BMI, and when I did that, what it does is it has a place for weight and height. So I'm gonna simply type in what we just saw, which is 176 pounds, and then we're gonna do 5 feet tall, 9 inches. When I do that, immediately it pops up, and I want this to focus. There it is, 26. I'm exactly 26.0, and look at that word underneath it. Don't deny it. Overweight BMI. Overweight BMI. You're looking at it, right? You're seeing all the facts and figures. 176 pounds, 5'9", 26 BMI, overweight. All right? So let's process that. Again, if you're an American, it's still easy to say, but Nick, you don't look overweight. Doesn't matter. It's not about an emotional perception of whether someone's overweight or not. We're looking at this from a health perspective. What we're learning is I have been consuming too many calories. A lot of them being empty calories because I haven't been eating as much during the day, and I ate a lot at dinner and consume a lot of calories at dinner. So I'm overweight. Can anybody deny that I am definitely overweight? Now, not by a lot, because actually 26 being the overweight BMI, and hopefully I can click on this and it'll work. There we go. So I'm pulling up a BMI chart right now. And when we look at what is optimal and what is overweight, being 26 BMI is just barely into the overweight range. I had said once I crossed about 170 pounds, I pretty much officially went from the optimal range into overweight. So I am overweight, not a lot. Once I lose 6 pounds or more-ish, I'll be at the very top of optimal. And personally, I still want to get lower than I am. Now, when I was at my lowest as an adult, I was 153 pounds. I like that. It was great being that thin because for me, that meant internally I'm healthy. And I think part of the problem with the American concept, the American perspective is we are so big on, well, it's not about the outside, it's about the inside. That's where the real beauty is. Okay, forget beauty. Forget vanity. It's about me being healthy. It's about me being 36 now and not having diabetes. And 20 years from now being 56 and still not having onset diabetes or anything else that may occur by me being closer to the heavier side of being overweight and possibly even obese. And imagine the irony that I'm a vegan. I've been a faithful vegan for 2 months shy of being 5 years as of now. But it just goes to show you, yeah, I'm getting enough protein. So what have we learned here today? I am overweight. Just a little bit, but I am officially overweight. I am a vegan. I'm 5'9". I'm 176 pounds. And I am in the process of cutting out empty calories during dinner in an effort to no longer be overweight and to get back in the optimal range. And then keep in mind again, overweight is what I am. Obese is a completely different thing. Obese is when you've got so much excess fat on you that you're now officially that much more prone to diseases and health problems. This is a preventable thing, and it's a fixable thing for me, and I'm gonna fix it. And as I get older, into my 40s and 50s, I'm still gonna be very focused on this. This is part of my identity. It has nothing to do with vanity. It's not that, oh no, I have a low self-esteem because I'm overweight now. No, not at all. I'm a confident guy, and I'm confident enough to believe that by consuming less empty calories and less at night and maybe even eating more during the day, that might help me. That's what I'm gonna do. And if that doesn't work, I'll find another simple way to do this. But when I think of being overweight, which I am, to me, that's simply my body's way of saying, Nick, I like you, but you're consuming more than you need for what you're doing. Don't go hungry, but you don't need to be consuming that much, and that's why so much is on your body. I am overweight, but I won't always be. I'm going to change this. There. Now it's official. Even a guy like me is overweight.